that was a strike and a half. Wow, that was crazy. I don't know if we got a fish on here or not, but I was setting up another rod and this one just got slammed. Oh yeah, he's there. I'm gonna feed him a little bit of line. This is a big night crawler. So give the fish a little bit of line. I don't know how well he's got it. I was setting up another rod and this one just fell over. And I suspect he's hooked, but we'll see. I'm going to reel slowly, and when I feel a fish, I'm going to set. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's some submerged grass down there and I'm in it. I can feel it, but I definitely have the fish. I'm not going to force him. I'm going to let him work his way out of it. I think he just came free. No, I can see the weed flex. I can see the trout though. Nice fish. Dang. Oh, no, he's not that big. He'll be a good eater though. Another beautiful brown. Let's see. I'm going to have to lift this fish. This isn't the optimum way to do this. This is one of the reasons though I'm using 10-pound fluorocarbon, which the fish can't see, but it really opens you up to landing fish like this. So here we go. And just like that. Hey guys, I'm going to talk some fishing tackle here in a minute, but kind of wanted to start off talking about the channel a little bit. I just got my 2021 fishing license in the mail with my second rod sticker, and I got my 2021 guides license through the mail as well. So we are right up against 2021. 2020 has been a crazy year. It's been a great year in some ways. It's been a tragic year in other ways. And hopefully 2021, we're going to see things calm down. Hopefully we're going to have a fantastic year. But anyhow, speaking about this channel, Fish Hunt Shoot Productions, our channel has grown by over 25% over the last year. Many thousands of people have hit that subscribe button. We've had a lot of interaction with our fans. We've fished with many of our fans. Things are just going great, and I want to thank you guys for all the support. Having said that, this channel is for everybody. Advanced anglers, you know, kind of mid-level anglers, and you know, your journeyman guys, as well as your guys that are brand new anglers, guys that are just getting into the sport, or maybe guys that were involved in the sport and they dropped out for some reason, and now it's 5, 10, 15 years later and they're re-engaged in the sport of fishing. And of course, here on the channel we are very trout focused, but we fish for everything, but we're trout focused. So looking out for the people, and I get a lot of very basic questions, looking out for the people that are either getting re-emerged in the sport of fishing or are just getting started with trout fishing. I want to do a series of videos, and I'm actually going to start a playlist, not 100% sure what I'm going to call it right now. I think I'm going to call it Fishing Basics. So if you're an old salt and experienced guy, these videos might not be for you, but they still might be interesting for you. But we're not going to cut back on our upper level and mid-level fishing instruction, but I am going to start making even more videos reaching out to those guys that are re-emerged in fishing, or guys that are just looking to get started, or maybe they're just looking to get started with trout fishing. So let's start off with the basic of basic rigs for guys that fish, you know, lakes and slow moving rivers, and even for black bass and stuff like that. What I'm going to show you today is I got a spinning rod here, just a basic spinning rod. And this rig has a lot of different names. Trout guys tend to call it an egg sinker rig. Delta guys tend to call it a sliding sinker rig. Bass guys call it a Carolina rig. But whatever you're fishing for, whether you're fishing San Francisco Bay, you're fishing for trout, you're fishing for bass, maybe you're fishing the California Delta, maybe you're fishing back east somewhere, this is a basic rig. This is a rig you have to know how to create. This is a rig you have to know how to fish. It's just going to be one of those cornerstone rigs as you go out onto the water, whether you're chasing catfish or stripers, or, you know, perch in the bay, or trout at our lakes. And I've got one here. It's rigged up for trout, and let me show you how this works. It's very simple, but it's a very effective rig, and it has a lot of application to a lot of different kinds of fishing. So here is my main line right here. That's the line coming out of my reel, up through the guides of the rod, and down, whoa, down to the first piece of tackle. Let me pull a little slack out of this spinning rod so I can show you what's going on here. Now, this rig is set up for trout fishing. It's set up for either fishing inflated worms or floating dough bait or something like that. But let me show you what we got going on here. So, and this thing is all over the place. There we go. Okay, so my main line is right here. My main line comes down and it's going through an egg sinker. You can see that sinker slide on the line right there. It can slide up and down. Now I've got a bead on the line right there. That bead has no purpose except to protect my knot, which is knotted to this swivel right here, from the sinker whacking into it. So we've got the sinker on the line, followed by the bead, and then right here I have a Palomar knot, and I have a barrel swivel attached there. This could be a barrel swivel or a snap swivel, but this one set up with a barrel swivel. Over here, and this is again set up for trout, I have a fluorocarbon leader. There's a loop right here which I have attached to that barrel swivel, and down here on the business end I have a small, I believe that is a number 10 octopus hook attached with a Palomar knot, and this is 8-pound test fluorocarbon. Now, if I were out at a lake targeting catfish, I would replace that 8-pound test leader with maybe a 12-pound test leader, 15, 18, all the way up to 25-pound test P-line for the leader, and obviously I would be running a much larger hook. If I were fishing for black bass, I would be using heavier fluorocarbon line, and I would be using some sort of a worm hook here, a plastic worm hook, and I'd be fishing a plastic worm on this, and I'd be inching it along the bottom. If I were fishing for perch in the bay, again, I'd be using a heavier leader, probably 12-pound test, something like that, and I would be using a larger bait holder hook baited with a piece of shrimp. But the bottom line is the rig is the same, and this rig has it has some important attributes for the bait fisherman. Let me catch you up with that sinker again. What we have here, because this sinker has the ability to slide up and down on the line, this gives us great sensitivity if we're fishing something like a worm for catfish or shrimp for perch or anything like that. It also allows fish to take the bait and move away without feeling the resistance of the sinker, provided we have some slack in the line. And that's very important if we're fishing for trout and we have that baited up with an inflated worm, a marshmallow and worm, or some power bait. That bait's gonna float up off the bottom, the sinker's gonna sit in the bottom, the trout's gonna come along, it's gonna mess with that bait a little bit, and it's gonna take the bait and it's gonna swim off. I like to leave slack in my line in a situation like that when I'm fishing for trout. That line, it's gonna flow out. It's gonna flow out through that sliding sinker. The fish isn't gonna feel any resistance. It's gonna swallow that bait, and when it comes to the end of the line, when that line gets tight, it's fish on. So, the Carolina rig, the sliding sinker rig, the egg sinker rig, whatever they call it, it is a keystone rig for you to know, for you to understand how to tie it. It has many, many applications. Anytime you're fishing bait, that type of rig will work for you, whether you're fishing for trout or catfish or whatever. You could go on a charter boat, tie up a rig like that, pin a live anchovy on a hook, drift it for halibut. It would totally work. It's just a great all-around rig to know. That is the first rig that I would advise you to learn if you're going out to fish lakes or slow-moving rivers. Learn how to use that rig. Get yourself a spinning rod. Match the weight of the rod to the size of the fish you intend to catch. Obviously, if you're fishing for 15-pound catfish, you're going to need a heavier rod than you're going to need for 12-inch rainbow trout at a local pond. So that aspect of it's kind of up to you, but just know the egg sinker rig, the sliding sinker rig, the Carolina rig, whatever you call it, that's how it's tied, and it has great utility for you guys out there that are just getting started with fishing, or you guys that are getting back into the sport. I'm Cal Kellogg. I'm signing off for now. I will be back with more basic tips in the future. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for finding the channel. If you're a new angler out there, hit that subscribe button. We are putting up tons of content every day. We put up anywhere from 1 to 3 videos a day typically. We put up hundreds of videos a year. I think I have the most active trout fishing channel on YouTube, or at least the most active one that I'm aware of. YouTube's a big place. But anyway, thanks for all the support, guys. Hit that subscribe button, and if you're looking for trout fishing gear, you know where to go. Go on over to my website, fishhuntshoot.com. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out there catching fish in 2021, and I will see you right back here on YouTube real soon. Thanks a lot, guys. I got to get back to these chores. I got stuff to do. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm Kel Kellogg.